Up next in the studio, she's backstage right now. She's an actor, she's a writer, she's a director, she's a graduate of Tom Todoroff's Conservatory, and she's a session director here with Actors Audition Club. Let's bring her in. Drum roll. Erin Elizabeth Reed.
Yeah.
All the way from Texas. I think you're muted still, are you?
Oh, I just unmuted. Nope. There's no.
I fixed it.
Gotcha.
Nothing like tech trouble.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Sometimes you're in New York, sometimes you're in LA, and today you're in Texas.
I am in Texas at the moment, spending the holidays with my family, and because of our wonderful weather system here, I might be staying longer than I originally intended, but that's okay. That's what life is for. Adventure.
Yeah, you recently had, you were telling us backstage that you had ice and sub-zero temperatures in Texas, which has got to be rare.
Yes, well, not rare per se, but definitely rare in this far south in Texas. But yeah, our entire front yard was like a skating rink for the birds. I mean, I was a little worried that some of the crows were going to get like frozen in the water, and I'd go out there and there would just be these poor little animals like stuck. But
right, and you're having to rescue them with a hairdryer and unfreeze their feet.
I would need a really long extension cord to get the hairdryer out there, but I would have found a way.
Right.
Luckily, they were smarter than that.
Good. No crows were died.
No crows were harmed in the making of this Christmas.
All right. Well, welcome. I know you had a big year and lots of exciting things. So first question for you is some personal victories from 2022.
If I had to boil just a handful down, I would say my top two were I had my stage debut in New York, and I also saw the first production ever of a play that I wrote in Los Angeles, and I had the privilege and the honor of directing it as well. So 2 massive wins for me this year.
And graduated from an acting conservatory.
And graduated from the conservatory, which was a near lifelong dream of mine. Yeah. I mean, so much has happened. It feels like, was that all in 1 year? But it was.
Right. Yeah. Graduating, like we graduated in May, and that already seems like 10 years ago.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. So share more about the LA directorial, because I know you've acted in lots of things. You hadn't acted in something in New York, so that's huge too. But I know that directing an award-winning play in LA was a huge victory for you and something that was a milestone. So share about that.
Sure. Yeah, when it's your own project, there's just something extra special behind it. This was a short play that I wrote about 5 years ago, and some fellow colleagues from conservatory, we all banded together and decided to produce something to keep our momentum once we graduated from conservatory. We didn't want to let the high of what we had just accomplished and been through together in the last year with the conservatory fall off. None of us wanted to run fallow. So we were like, let's produce something. I said, I have this play. They all said, yes. We were planning on actually producing it in New York City because that's where Tessie and I were both living. But fate intervened, and we actually got accepted into a festival in Los Angeles. So we ended up producing the show ourselves and performing at the Short and Sweet Hollywood Festival in October. It was a competition as well. So after the original run of 4 performances, we found that we had been named the People's Choice to move on to the semifinal round.
Which is always the one you want. Fuck the judges. Who cares what they say? You want to be.
So I will get into that. But because we learned that we were a judge's choice at the semifinal performance, which took us to the finals
Oh,
round.
there you go.
So
Judges,
I honor the judges
unanimous
as
decision.
well. We did not end up winning the festival overall, but to be named as one of the top 8 plays in the entire festival, our first production out, was incredible. And one of my actresses was also nominated for a Best Acting Award. And it was her first time performing on stage ever.
Wow.
So
That's huge.
what
You better give them a shout out. Name your fellow.
Deanna Nicole Shinsky, our very own Deanna, was nominated for a Best Acting Award. And oh my God, I just cannot. I mean, the pride I felt at being at somebody's liftoff, shall we
Oh
say.
yeah, that's huge. Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I felt like a proud mama.
Totally. Yeah.
It was something I had never really experienced before, to bear witness to somebody else's like trajectory,
Yeah.
and what a feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time here at the studio at Actors Audition Club. I mean, it's obviously amazing when you book your own gigs and book your own jobs, for many reasons. But I think almost bigger than that is when you help someone else book theirs, especially if it's a milestone booking or first booking. Or I've helped some people where they broke a streak where they hadn't booked something in a long time, and they consider you their lucky charm forever after that. So yeah, that's great. Congrats. And let's give a shout out to the rest of your cast.
Yeah. Also, mad props to Joanna De Leon and Tessia Rasti and Ksenia Babayeva, who all performed amazing roles and were beloved by audiences every night. It was so fun to be after curtain. I would begrudgingly encourage them to come out into the lobby to interact with the audience, because audiences were just, I mean, sitting forward in their seat for them every night. And so I knew they were going to want to meet them. And sure enough, I could just like sneak around and like see people flock around the girls. And I even heard one woman, after she got to talk with one of the actors, she turned around. She doesn't know who I am. And she just says, "I'm so starstruck."
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's
It
great.
was wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. I also just wanted to point out, a few minutes ago, you used the word that I don't think I'd ever heard again, or heard before in my life, which is testament to the fact that you're a fantastic writer. You said we didn't want any of us to go fallow or run fallow, and I looked it up. Fallow means of farmland, plowed and harrowed, but left unsown for a period in order to restore its fertility as part of a crop rotation, or to avoid surplus production. Or the non-farmer definition is a period of time characterized by inaction, unproductive, long fallow periods when nothing seems to happen. Yes.
Look at you, Webster.
Yeah. Well, look at you. I had to look it up because you use words that I've never heard before. You learn something every day. So thank you for that answer. Congrats on LA. Second question was highlights from your time working with Actors Audition Club.
Well, honestly, one of the standout moments that I've had was getting to celebrate one of our actors on a big booking that she had, and that premiered and aired. You know, she could finally talk about it publicly. It wasn't even an audition that I personally helped her with, but just being able to see and celebrate that win was massive. Shout out to Nitu, it's my girl.
Yes. Yeah. Both you and Brandon have a big Me Too connection. I think I've only worked with her one time. Brandon's done, I don't know, probably dozens of Zoom auditions with her, and Erin, you helped her with at least a handful now, probably six or eight.
Mm.
And she's always raved about both of you. I had the times that I've worked with her, I had lots of fun, but she loves working with both of you, and she's got great results too. So shout out Nitu.
Yes, always. Yeah.
She's awesome.
Yeah. And dreams/goals for 23.
Well, if my past is any indication of my future, you know I like to keep a lot of things in the air. So I have a lot of goals, and I'll just share a few. I have been working in New York so far, unrepresented. So my most immediate goal is to seek and partner with Legit Rep in NYC. I'm very excited about that. I've also got another play that I'm looking forward to producing. This one I don't just want to produce and direct, but I'd love to star in it as well. So we'll see if I can wear all three hats now that I know I can wear two. What else? Oh, I'm looking to expand deeper into the voiceover world this year. I've worked a little bit in it and I love it. And one day, in a long-held dream, I will voice an animated character, a beloved animated character. And so our girl Monine is helping me with that. And so many other goals, but those are just a handful.
Monine's helping you put together and produce
A demo reel, my demo reel. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Amazing. And number 4 is advice to other actors.
Yes. This is something that I think I just heard recently, and it comes across as common sense, but for some reason it struck me new, so I think I'll share. It was when you have a callback, when you're given notes, don't alter your performance so much to try to give them what you think they want. Take a beat, process the note, and deliver a change that still remains grounded in who you are and your original performance. Because that's why they brought you in.
Right.
Was because of what you originally did.
Yeah.
You didn't come in as a green frog, and if they say, can you be a green frog with a horn, you morph into a unicorn.
Right.
No, like process the information and be a horny toad, like.
Yeah, that's a little bit don't throw the baby out with the bathwater kind of thing too. Like,
Yeah.
Keep enough of the original performance and then make some change, show that you're directable or redirectable.
Right.